What's good, y'all? Welcome to Outside the Clutch. Hey, we throwing it back a little ways. We're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm gonna see if I can ruffle the feathers of fucking Josh out. I just messed up and I cursed within the first 3 minutes. My feathers are ruffled. We're gonna ruffle his feathers. We're gonna see what happens tonight. I tried to get this dude to wear blue. He didn't want to do it. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. Tonight we're gonna have a good one. Josh covers so many freaking species of reptiles. It's not freaking funny. We're gonna get a lot of knowledge tonight. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're probably gonna be picking at each other, talking a lot of stuff, some mess, some schmack. I hope you all enjoy this one. This one's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna jump into it real quick. Hey, thank you all that are here hanging out. This is gonna be special. I can feel it. Will's hella heat, man. I hope you're ready to work tonight. You're going to get put to work. Joshua Strange Creations. What's good? What's good? Mindy from Timeless Morse. That's fam right there. Hope Otto's doing well. Missed my little dude. Who else we got here? Josh is already talking smack in the comments, man. Like, whatever. We ain't about that life. We ain't about that life. It's going to happen tonight. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be good. All right. So I couldn't do what I do without the support of y'all, but also without the support of our sponsors. You guys know husbandry is super important to me. What we do is super important. And without the best gear in the game, you're not going to be able to maintain your husbandry right. So get the right gear. Here at Outside the Clutch, we're honored to be sponsored by VivTech. Are you ready for innovation? Tired of the same boring product that's been used for 30 years? Ready to give your reptiles and amphibians the UV they really deserve? Then look no farther than VivTech. Their 3-watt LED bulbs provide the UV rays your animals have been missing. With 3 bulbs to fit your pet's climate needs, plus a dimmable feature, it's the only bulbs we use for UV. And it's the only bulb with a 2-year warranty in the industry. Plus now you can monitor all your pet's husbandry from your phone 24/7 with their sensors and even ship your customers' animals in their custom bags. So what are you waiting for? Go to VivTechProducts.com today, use code FCLUTCH0322 for 15% off, and provide your animals the best care they've ever had. You know I'm all about that chip life. Are you ready for the best coconut substrate in the game? Then you gotta get ReptiChip. First off, it's America's chip because it's veteran owned. Secondly, why wouldn't you want the best cocoa chip for your animals? Go to ReptiChip.com, use code FeelyChippin for 10% off up to 3 breeder blocks, or your entire order of Easy Hatch trays or any Redline Science equipment on the site. Limit 1 coupon per customer. Or reach out to me as a representative in the El Paso area, and don't forget to join the Reptilution, where all profits go to helping those in need within the reptile community. And finally, I got to shout out my boy, Mickey from Show Me Snake Shows. Dude's a beast, works hard. He's an OG in the industry, but he's bringing something new. He's putting that passion into his shows. Dude puts out probably 2-3 shows a weekend throughout the year. You don't see any other promoter doing that. So give Show Me Snakes some love, man. They deserve it. They're doing a great job. I'm proud to be a part of the Show Me Snakes family, and anything in the West Texas area, potentially some other states as well. We're going to be going out to hopefully next year, and we're going to be sharing our love of snakes with all the Show Me Snake shows. So without further ado, I'm going to get to this dude. Man, there's just such a good energy with him, even though I know it's coming. I know it's coming. But there's such a good energy with Josh. I love this dude. It's a freaking blast every time I get to talk to him. I'm bringing on the one, the only Josh Alvarez of SB Reptile. What's up, my dude?
What's up, bro? Nothing but do that intro though. And today, if you go to your local Best Buy, you can find Viv. I'm sorry, bro. It was great. I love it. I'm gonna drink my own chat. That's you wearing red.
Dude, I can't even do this. Like, this is straight not me. I can't do it. I feel so uncomfortable right now.
You should, okay? Take that button off too, right?
Oh.
Bro, no. Oh, this is
Plus,
Okay,
it's just like way too hot in here. Way too.
Yeah, imagine we have to do that here. No, I'm joking.
Hey, if you don't put it back on, I ain't doing the show. I ain't doing the show. So what's up, man? How you doing? How you doing?
Good. Today, just weather's perfectly fine. Temperature, humidity is good. I'm ready to breed. I'm ready to do this. Sorry, yeah, good. Good. What's up? I'm sorry. I'm horrible. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, man. All right, so let's talk about you, bro. Like I'm gonna have the fucking giggle fits right now, probably the whole night because of this antic. I said there's gonna be antics though. Like when I promoted this, I said something was gonna happen. I tried to set you up, bro.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. It's cool. You still can't get a rattlesnake tattoo on your hand.
What brought you into the reptile life, man? Like of all things, like I hate saying, "Hey, why'd you get into reptiles?" Like you've turned this into a complete lifestyle, but what brought you here? Like what made Josh?
Man, I gotta go with, I don't know if you guys know Zaboomafoo, the show back then. So
that thing plays like half the day for my kids here. Still, beautiful. I stream it all day.
That and Steve Irwin and me watching nothing but Animal Planet and Discovery Channel as a kid. And I was just fascinated by animals, specifically reptiles, specifically snakes. And then I got like my first reptiles as a kid, and it's never stopped since I was 9 years old. It's never stopped. Probably younger than that, but 9 having my own reptile. And like it's just never stopped ever. There hasn't been a single year I haven't had a reptile up to this, like ever.
So when did you start, man? Like when did you first get your hands on reptiles?
I was probably like 6 because like back then my dad used to have like reptiles, like little like chameleons that he didn't know how to take care of, leopard geckos he didn't know how to take care of, stuff like that. Stuff he would buy because he thought it was cool, but he didn't know how to take care of it. Yeah. And then at 9 years old, I got my first bearded dragon. Bearded dragon first, and that just set me off. And then I saw there's a store out here that we have, and I was really cool with the guy, and I saw him breeding them and hatching out eggs when I'd go over there all the time, and I wanted to learn. So then I bred my first ones at like 10, 11 years old. And then it went into leopard geckos right after that, and those are cool. And then it went into corn snakes, and then I tried ball pythons, and that's where I couldn't get it down at all. What? So yeah, I couldn't, dude. I was like 12 years old, 13 years old trying to breed VPs, and I could not do it for the life of me. Like it just wouldn't happen. So I just kept keeping animals forever. And then it wasn't until I kept keeping them all the way up until like 17. I started going ham again, buying like all sorts of stuff. I remember I bought a whole bunch of BPs, tokay geckos, a bunch of Argus monitors. I fell in love with Argus. So my first birthday party when I was like 4 years old, dude, I had an Argus monitor because this reptile shop came over there and they brought an Argus, and I have a picture with it. And, dude, I fell in love. Since then, I just needed an Australian Argus monitor. I knew that, and I've always been in love with them. I only recently stopped breeding them, man. So I was breeding those things for a while before South Bay Reptiles, like, because I've only had South Bay Reptiles for 3 years that I've, like, made this into, like, a big ordeal. But, like, yeah, Argus were, like, the main thing for me for a long time, dude. But, yeah, it's been forever, dude.
So you've literally been breeding and keeping your entire life.
Basically, yeah. Not in this scale, but the past 3 years in this scale, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's turned into something. Yeah, I sold like all my cars for all of this. Yeah, then my uncle helped me invest in this. So yeah, this neat little car collection. I bit the bullet, sold it all.
Oh man.
All the money into this, and then my uncle loaned me some money too, and we went hard with this, dude. It went.
Oh yeah, bro. So what made you decide from like growing up as a kid, dabbling in the industry, to this has got to be it? Like this is what I have to do.
Dude, I loved it. I just love being around animals, man. I love breeding. I love like the adrenaline for like certain snakes. Like my whole goal was like having the 3 world's biggest species, which is the Burmese python, the anaconda, and the RETICS, which I now have as of recently completed that. And with the anacondas, because it took me forever to pull a trigger to like on an anaconda, just because I kind of had an idea that they're going to be a lot of responsibility, and they are. And yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I went to school for business administration accounting. I did accounting for 2 years for Signet, and I was just like, dude, this isn't it. Like don't get me wrong, I liked it. It was cool money and all that, but it wasn't it, dude. I didn't Like a suit and tie every day was not me, man. Like I wanted to get shit on by reptiles, you know. I wanted to, you know. I thought about it one day. I was like, damn, Josh, how nice would it be to get shitted on by a snake every day? It's like, this sounds great. Let's do it. So yeah, we threw away the suit and tie, and yeah, we went ham with this. I was like, this is perfect. Who likes paperwork?
Yeah. No, I feel you there. Like, for sure, bro. I would much rather be shit on by reptiles than shit on by people in the corporate world.
Yeah, all day, all day, all day. Jeez, all day. Yeah. So that's how I got into it. Oh, his mini me. That's his mini me, by the way. So I already know this.
They broke it, bro.
They
Said,
did.
not today. I want attention. No, it's gonna happen
yeah.
though. We got to get through this.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. Like I just literally completed the same degree, and it's
Congrats.
everyone's like, "Hey, you want to get your CPA?" I was like, "No, I just did it to figure out how to run my own business, man."
Yeah. You know what? It helps a lot with that. Like it really does. It really does. But like, and it gives you a really good background and idea how to like run a business. Because whether people like it or not, people try to say like, "Oh, you breed for the money. You're horrible." Like, I mean, dude, I got into this because yes, I want to make money off of this and get rich off of what I love doing. But I'm only doing it because I love doing it. You know, I wouldn't go this ham in something if I didn't love it. But I'll be damned if you don't think I want to get rich off of this. You know, like.
Well, let's be honest about that too, bro. Like at the end of the day, you're not dealing with the easy. Like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. Oh my God,
dude, I'll say it.
It's not like you're working with ball pythons, bro. Like,
no,
is there a shit ton of money in ball pythons? Yes, but you're working with defensive freaking snakes. Like almost every species that you keep is something that people talk about. It's like, hey, you actually have to know how to work these animals. You can't just pick it up and do whatever you want with it.
It's great. It's great. I love it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did ball pythons, and you know what? I'll never shit on the fact that yes, they are great money. They are, but I can't sit there and be able to put my hand in something and go, great, this is cool colors. Like I want something. I open the enclosure and it's like boom. I'm like, whoa. Like all right,
you need a rush. Yeah, I can understand that.
I love it. I love the rush. I'm an adrenaline junkie for sure.
You got to be out there, man. Like of all the things you could do, like let's be serious. You're what? Just north or just south of LA?
I'm in LA. No,
you're in LA. In LA.
I'm in LA. Yeah.
Your life is nothing but adrenaline.
Wow, that's what y'all think it is over here. Oh my gosh!
No, just play, bro. Just
it is pretty hot.
So I lived in Ontario for like a year. So I don't know LA, but I know like
it was pretty wild. It is pretty wild. Yeah. It does get kind of crazy over here. Definitely.
Ontario's a retirement town, man, compared to anything you're gonna see over there. So it's like
over here. you retire up north. In Northern California,
right? You go up to Sacramento where it's calm and there's mountains and
start in San Diego, you party, you go to LA, and then you're like, all right, I still party, and then you go up north and you're like, all right, I'm calming down, and then you go further and you're like, all right, I'm like 70 years old now, I'm good, you know. So like, yeah, oh shit, it's horrible.
Oh yeah, no, but like going back to it, I get it, bro. Like the want for adrenaline, like. And you're still young, man. Like you're super.
Yeah, I'm
like you're a baby, bro. You got your whole life ahead of you. You need that adrenaline kick.
I need it. Yeah.
I still get the itch, man. I'm almost 40, and I still get the itch. And I'm like, there's sometimes I gotta look at myself. Like when we were at freaking Arlington, bro. I was pretending like I was a 20-year-old again, and I woke up Sunday morning and I was like, I can't be doing it like this anymore. Like,
dude,
you can't be closing down bars and pretending I'm a young kid anymore, man.
You talk to MJ?
Huh?
You talk to MJ?
No.
Dude, if you ask him what I did, dude, I went out there. I don't smoke, bro. I don't participate in the devil's lettuce. And I thought I could, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. And I did, and I disappeared, bro. We had this whole little group going. I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I just dipped, bro. I was gone. I went to my hotel and just knocked out. I was just like, okay, wow. I was like, you cannot eat the devil's lettuce, my good sir. I was like, that is not for you.
Everyone does their thing, man. And it wasn't even that. It was just the drinking. Like I don't really touch liquor. I don't drink
Neither do
except
I.
for at the
Either.
shows. Like I might have a drink or two with people or like with friends when we get together, but I don't drink like that anymore.
Respect,
Like
respect. Yeah, no, I get
I
it. I
just
get it.
I used to be a fish, bro, and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it brought out the worst in me.
All
Like
right. All right.
I would drink a bottle in a sit down and not think about it, and it's
Gee.
just that's not my way anymore. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like let's jump back into the reptiles though. That's what people are here to talk
Yeah.
about.
You're like, wow. This how.
We're here to get to know you, not my shenanigans that I do at the shows.
Yep.
I got to keep some mystery for these people when they meet me, man.
True. 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 True.
So you've blown up over the last year, not only in the species that you work with, but like you've opened your own shop over the last couple of years. You went full time. You've been sponsored by a couple of people. You've blown up your Instagram like no other. Um,
Thank you.
you're working with how many different companies? I can't even count. I know for sure SYR.
Four
Yeah,
or
4 different companies. Like if you turn around, your name is integrated in every aspect of reptiles at this point. And that's big moves, bro. What made you jump that hard that quick?
I think I got very blessed with growing up in the community since I was young. And like really I used to go to every show. So like I was blessed with, although my mom wasn't like a big fan of reptiles, she knew I was. So she would always take me to like every super show. My sister, her husband was into reptiles. So and he kept bearded dragons. So like him and I would always go to the show. So I've been going to the super shows since I was a little kid. And like I always got to meet people. I'd collect their cards. And then when Facebook came out and I got a Facebook and I was like really young, dude, I'd message all these breeders like screenshots of like pictures off of Google. What's this? What's this? What's this? You know, like just bugging the crap out of them, dude. So like John Dragna, Sim Container, he's one of those people that bug as a kid, dude, and like send him pictures. What's this? So like it was really cool that I got to still be connected with them. Or like Barcheck when he was doing shows, I have a picture of him, dude, with him and I like way back when I was like 3 inches tall, dude. So like, you know, like I was a kid, dude, and like I have all these pictures of everyone, and like, you know, and this is some people are gonna be like, oh, this guy, whatever. So like, I don't want to say anything too negative, but like, so Jay Prehistoric was a big influence on me too, because like, dude, back then when his shop was the size of like a small coffee shop, he would like give me so much time a day, bro. He would take me to the back of his shop and show me like all of his like retics and stuff, and like show me different things he's breeding, hatching eggs, something like everything. Something was always going on in there, and I'd love going there because he'd always just take me to the back and like show me all this stuff because I was just excited about it, you know. So like I got to grow up with a lot of those people. I got really blessed with that, a lot of opportunities to just be part of it. So when I knew I was going to do this in a big way, I reached out to all those people. I'm like, hey, I'm going to breed. I'm doing this like on a big scale. You know, what are your tips or what can I buy from you? I already knew like, okay, certain people have a good name in the industry already. So I was like, let me buy stuff from them. And it was kind of a strategic purchases where like I knew I can get a Burmese python from someone for like $300, or I can go spend $1,000. But because it comes from so and so, people are gonna have a more like
the bloodline and the name.
The name behind it. Yeah, try not to say it, but yeah, the name behind it.
You're good, bro. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. There's still animals that I will jump on today strictly because they say, hey, this is a nerd line or this is Barcheck.
Exactly.
Whoever it is, you know what I mean? Like, so you're looking for that specific bloodline.
Yeah, so I would do that, and I really jumped with that and like became closer with them, like as a more mature person and like reptile breeder. Like I kind of like really got in good contact with them and made friends with them and all that, more than just a kid bugging them. And like, you know, they clicked me up with whoever, so and so clicked me up with whoever and however, and like I just try to pick out like who's going to be the best people that are like really going to boost me up in this community, you know what I mean? And then I did that first and foremost, and then Instagram, that's a different monster in its own. that
Yeah.
I just enjoy posting videos and stuff, man. And then
Bro.
like the first 2 years, I wasn't getting paid from Instagram to do the videos, man. And it's only been recently that like I was like, wait, y'all are gonna pay me for this stuff? I was like, oh, let's get it, you know? And started with like rhino iguanas eating all sorts of veggies and stuff and to get millions of views. And then like it all started, dude. You know how I do the snake bite videos? I know some people, this is like an on the fence subject. Some people are like, fuck this guy for it. Other people are like, dude, it's crazy. Some people remember my first video, how it started. Do you know how I started that? So
I
I
don't
started it
remember.
with like an education taste to it, where I was like, okay, everyone has a stereotypical Mexican black king snake is a black mamba. It bites you, you're gonna die. So I didn't want that to be the thing. So I let it bite me on camera, and I was like, look, they can't do anything to you. Like, stop listening to all these people and these stereotypes that all snakes are gonna kill you and like they can hurt you and all this stuff. It's really not like that. And I'd always be like, you know, your cat can do more damage, or here's dogs that do more damage on YouTube, this and stuff, like whatever, right? And then I got like 50 million views on that, dude. And then it turned into like this kick where I was like, dude, people just want to see me get bit. And I was like, really? Like, it ain't shit, you know? Like, it doesn't really hurt you. I mean, dude, if not, I'd be all jacked up. You don't see any messy scars on me or anything. So I kept doing it. And yeah, it just kind of became a thing for a while. And recently I've been trying to jump off of it now, kind of like going back to not doing so many bite videos, because now I'm getting a little bit of backlash for it. Not going to lie. A little bit.
I'm gonna say it, man. Like, I I watched earlier today, and obviously there's both sides of it, right? Like, we're trying to get that legitimate side with USARK and make sure there's not stuff going out, right? Huge USARK supporter, but
That's awesome.
at the same time, like, I don't know, man. Like,
Go
I
ahead.
can't do
Go
it
ahead.
myself, just with the way I was brought up in the industry, you know? Like, I can't do it myself. Do I get bit? Yeah. Do I film it and laugh about it later? You're right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
laugh
you
about it all
know.
the freaking time. Like, I look at what I did. Like, I laugh at myself for where I mess up, and I realize, okay, that's where the snake turned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, I'm not living off of the money that comes from that.
Yeah, you see,
So
I am now. Like,
yeah.
that's the difference. I am now. Hey, my buddy right there, Reptile headquarters. So that's my buddy T.O. Constrictors. He's the one who does all the boas here. So like all the boas and a lot of the super door stuff too. Like, dude, that guy. So he has all his reptiles here too. And like, dude, that's my boy right there, dude. I just want to let you know that's my fucking boy right there, dude. Fucking love this guy. That's Trent Pussy-Worth right there. His name's just Trent, but yeah, but yeah, but yeah, dude,
No, I
it's
get it. Do
double.
you think there's like a happy medium you gotta find though with that, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
I just got to bring back the educational side back to it, honestly. And I was talking to a few people about that. As long as I like remember to like tell people like, hey, you know, this is why I'm doing this. I'm not. And the other thing I always try to mention is I'm not antagonizing my snakes to like bite me. I won't go in there and like poke them with a stick and be like, hey, you mad yet? Like, I don't do that. Like,
wait,
I'm not like,
you're not slapping yourself with rats
no,
before you go
no,
in
I
there, bro?
don't, dude. I really don't. And people think I do that. Like, dude, okay, so if I'm gonna go buy an adult bull snake, right? I have these two philosophies, dude, these two ideas, right? That a really aggressive snake makes for a better breeder. It is not proven. You don't have to listen to that. 90% of the time is probably not even true, but it works for me, okay? But if you go show me 10 bull snakes and you say, hey, Josh, pick one, I'm going to wave my hand above each one of them and see which one hisses first and poses up. I'm picking that one. One, because I love an aggressive snake or a defensive, whatever anyone wants to say. I love those snakes that are just like very like loud and proud about like, I'm going to defend myself. I love that, you know? Two, I think they just make for better breeders. I mean, I've had the best of luck picking them like that. And it's just cool, dude. It's just tight. Like, that's why I got into snakes, because, like, dude, I saw, like, you know, Steve Irwin getting snapped at by crocodiles, or, like, you know, him on the news getting bit by a snake in the neck. Like, I thought it was just cool, man. So, like, it deep inside, dude, this brings the kid out of me. Like,
Yeah, this is your
my
Steve
yeah,
Irwin moment.
I will never grow up as long as I have reptiles around me. Like will I become more educated with it? Absolutely. I always like aim to be more educated about it. You know, I'm not breeding 21 different species without being educated about that kind of stuff, but like it's
21.
still 19 two subspecies, so 21
Holy
in total
crap,
if you
bro.
really count Aspadites differently. But yeah, so it's yeah, no, there's a lot of species in here, bro. So like you're not doing that without having some sort of like education behind it. And I'm not talking like a school education, just educating yourself, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, like that's, I think that's where my borderline people don't say this guy, you know, is because they're like, damn, like he takes care of his reptiles. I'm like meticulous about cleaning everything, keeping it very clean. I don't know if you know, but I get everything tested in here every year, and recently even more often. So we test for nidovirus, cryptosporidium, sunshine virus, and something else, but we go through RAL labs. So like when you're buying from me, it's also like a guaranteed health thing. Like I'm very, very precise about how I keep my animals. I mean, dude, we have a side of racks and we have a side of enclosures. You know, I just did that backwards. Wow. So yeah, you know, it's certain things need enclosures, certain things need racks. You know, they do better in them, and I'm very, very meticulous about that, and that's why TL Constrictors and I get along so well. Is we're both very, very like anal about how things are taken care of. You know what I mean? So like that's where I think it saves me from doing my crazy wild videos on Instagram. Is like there's no denying, oh, he takes care of his animals. You know, like that's what saves my ass for the most part, honestly.
So when you got started, man, like when you decided to make it, okay, I'm gonna do a breeding business. What was the animal that you had to start with, like no matter what?
Surprisingly, I started with bearded dragons and ball pythons. Red bearded dragons and ball pythons, because I love ball pythons and it itched me because I couldn't breed them as a kid. So I bred the crap out of them and got bored as fuck. I was like, yeah, no. I was like, damn. I had one
And
pepper.
I gotta laugh about it. Like I really do. Like I still do it. I love fucking with pythons,
They're
man.
dope.
Like
They're
I
dope.
really do. I like messing with the palate, but I get you.
Dude, what people
They're
have done with
boring.
BPs, what people have done with BPs is incredible, man. Incredible. I will never shit on them like that. It's just not for me. You know, like
Oh, I get it.
that's
That's
it.
what I
Like,
was saying. Is like
yeah,
I have to have my retics. Like my mentor was like, "Hey, you got little kids. You should probably get away from the retics, get away from the more dangerous stuff, just because your time." And I was like, "Man, I love what I do. I'm keeping my retic." And I kept my first retic, and I grew her up, and now I'm looking at potentially breeding her next year because she'll be 5 years old, and then
nice.
I picked up another one, and I'm looking at a male right now that's got a couple
Dangerous
of years
game.
on him, so I could be ready for next year. And
Dangerous game. Dangerous game. Breed it to a super dwarf. Breed it to a super
oh,
dwarf.
man,
Yeah,
well, yeah, I should get a super dwarf male and start that work. Yeah, 100%. But
honestly.
there's both. There's both. I know.
Yeah. I got out of mainland. I keep a
And
mainland.
then MBKs, man. Like I needed something that had some attitude to it. I had Morelia for a while. I have one out on a breeder loan right now to do some carpet work with, just because I didn't have a male. I have some boas out on breeder loans. So I'm messing with a bunch of varieties. I don't do it all in house because I don't
Okay.
have the space for it.
No, I get it. I completely get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I ran out of space at home too. Don't worry. Big time.
Bro,
Big time.
that's no. I see all that white, bro. You can still move up. You're good. You got plenty of room to move up.
Dude, what do you want me to do? Get like a library ladder? Jeez, dude. I'm good, man. I'm good. This is a lot for two people to take care of this. This is a lot, dude. This is a
How many
lot.
animals are you at right now?
Together, Trent and I in this whole facility have a little over 600 animals in here.
And that's like counting all the geckos breeding and everything, or is
Yeah,
that
that's,
just
the whole other side is all geckos. Of this, like you're on one side of the facility, like the other side is just all geckos. Yeah, geckos and colubrids. Yeah.
so? What made you choose like to go into everything else? Like you started with beardies, you started with balls, like a lot of people do, and then you just went a whole nother direction. Like when I first met you, I think your focus was a lot of retics and gargs, bro.
Retics and cresties.
Or
Yeah.
cresties. Yeah. You were doing the lily whites a lot. That's right.
Yeah. I was doing the lily whites. I went heavy with that. Um, so what made me change and go into so many different species? I saw a lot of people focus on one species, and talking to a lot of people, I understood why they did that. And when you make a focus, because we're in a niche market, so when you do a niche, you kind of have to pick another niche within that niche market. And most people have one specific species niche. And
Right.
they're, hey, I focus on boas. I create the best boas in the world. End of story, right? I do retics. I create the best retics. So I kind of liked all those species. I was like, I can't just have one. And I knew this was going to hurt me, or possibly hurt me, and it didn't. But I was kind of prepared for it to hurt me a little bit, and I was like, I'm not sticking to one species. F this. And I was like, I want to do colubrids. I'm doing colubrids. I want to do boas. I'm going to do boas. I want to do retics. I'm going to do retics, berms. All these New Caledonian geckos, and like I just couldn't stick to one, man. I just couldn't do it. So I just went ham and just made sure I knew what I was getting into each and every time. And I was like, all right, Josh, like, do the temperatures line up for you to be able to do this? Because my first facility was only like 400 square feet. My second facility was 700 square feet, and then this one's 1,600 square feet. So like, was like, I had to really be good with temperatures and where I was as well, and like, not only that, I had to know the care of each animal and what the requirements were. So like, I kind of stretched it to, what can you get, Josh? And like, whatever I could fit in the temperature gradient or care gradient that I needed, I was on it, dude. And I just kind of went for the best of whatever's out there. You know what I mean? So like,
Okay.
Golden Child Platinum, Anery stuff for retics was the big thing, right? Like 3 years ago. So I went hard with those. When Mochinos came out, I was like, I'm getting 2 Mochinos, and I got 2 Mochino retics. What was it? The Golden Child Tiger Platinum Het Pieds. I was like, all right, we're gonna breed those, like anything that I want to do, I was on it. And then at one point, I even went as far as like having an AC and a fan pointing one way in my first facility that had this cutout, like a closet cutout, I guess. And like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just had this cutout. And like, for, I guess maybe for a desk, now that I think about it. And I had an AC blowing that way and a fan blowing that way. And I kept Europlatus because I knew they needed to be colder. So then I went into Europlatus. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, whatever it took, like, I wanted every species I can get my hands on. And yeah, so I mean, here I am with a lot of species. So yeah, but now it works. Now it's a lot easier. Now we have like Central AC in here. We got built. We have the floors laminated and sealed. Like, a lot more space to keep temperature gradients different wherever we need them. Multiple rooms, like all sorts of stuff. So it's a lot easier now. But I mean, I'm nowhere near done. I'll tell you that right now. I'm nowhere near done.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Was there ever a time where you felt like you just bit off too much?
Oh, definitely.
Like you brought in too many species at one time or something like that?
Yeah, I was doing 40 something species on my second facility, and I understood that was really stupid on my part because I couldn't, the consistency or inconsistency of it was too much for one person to handle, and it was too much for me. And specifically, one I really wanted to do, dude, really bad, man. To this day, it hurts getting rid of them, but I knew it was the better move. Is nosy Fally chameleons, pure nosy Fally. Most people's are hybridized. I found pure nosy Fallies with generations of lineage, and I was really happy to have those. But you know what? In my facility, how warm it was, not enough humidity, I couldn't do it anymore. And I had to bite the bullet on that and go, you know what? I have a friend that likes chameleons a lot. He's gonna like this more. I took a little bit of a loss on it, but I was like, you know what? They're in a better home, and if I ever do want them, I know he'll hook me up. If I'm ever able to do that again. So there's that. The Europlatus had to go because you know what? I started working with so many hotter species, they were not going to survive. So I gave those to. I didn't give them. I sold them to this lady up in NorCal that keeps them. Retics. I had 18 mainlands, and 18 mainlands was a lot, dude. I thought I could do it, and a lot of other species. It's too much, man. Like the cleaning for a retic it's a lot. And you know how it is. Even one retic is, dude, when you have to clean and you're not looking forward to cleaning, you're like, fuck, dude, like it's nasty. So yeah, I definitely bit off more than I can chew a few times, to be honest. I think this third year has been my biggest, like, after 2 years of learning curves, this has been my biggest like success of like, okay, you got it down. Like you got to understand, Josh, stop biting off more than you can chew. Stick to what you have, master what you have, and stop going so hard. You should have put a pearl snap shirt. A pearl snap shirt? What?
Most of my flannels are pearls.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
Okay.
do regular buttons most of the time. They're pearl
I like
snaps.
it. I like it. I like it. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. To answer your question, short is yes. I've definitely bit off more than I can chew before, many times.
What would you say to, like, because everyone aspires to do this, right? Like, if we jump in, whether they want to say it or not, like you have all those people that say, "Hey, I just want to be a hobbyist. I'm happy where I'm at," but the itch is there. Like, they wouldn't continue building if the itch wasn't there.
Right, I agree.
So, what are some of the things that you see, or some of the like hardships that you faced when you first went from hobbyist to professional breeder?
Understand the finances that it's going to take, account for losses, and then account for losses twice. Understand that you have to really, really, really know what you're doing and be realistic with yourself, which I wasn't at first. So, that's coming from experience of just be really, really realistic with yourself. Like what can you bite off? What can you actually do? How much time do you have in your day to do this? How much space can I actually fit in here? What are the bills going to look like? Hey, if I have an emergency vet visit, what is that bill going to look like? Be prepared for all those things. It's more being prepared, because the biggest thing I see per year, and I tell everyone this, and it's sad. It's not sad, but it's just realistic. Like, you have 100 new breeders a year. I guarantee by the end of the year, you will only have about 10 of those breeders standing every year. Every single year, you have 100 new people come into the hobby that want to do it big. And by the end of the year, you see 10 of them survive, and it's because you're just underprepared for it, and you're dealing with live animals. You're not dealing with a car that you can say, you know what, F this engine, I'm done. I'll come back to it in a year, cover it up, and it's done. Like, you can't, like, I'm a human, dude. I have shitty days, dude. I have shitty days. Yep. And guess what? I got to come over here, put a smile on my face, make a video, clean up a whole bunch of crap, go through every single rack system and see what has shit in it. What do I got to clean up? What needs new water? I got to dig for eggs with the geckos all the time. I got to go see which one's ovulating. Okay, it's brumation time.
Don't get me started on geckos.
Dude.
I hate my cresties.
Really?
I hate my cresties.
Dude, the only thing I don't like about them is how dirty they are, man. They get all the glass so dirty, and like,
it's not even that, bro. Like, I've straight made multiple hide boxes for my female crestie, and 9 times out of 10, she either lays, like, I put Reptichip in the bottom just so I don't have to spray constantly or have like a drip or something going in, or a fogger. Yeah. And
oh, you froze a little bit. Oh, you're frozen, bro. Can everyone see? I'm typing into the chat right now. Oh, bro. You guys can still hear me, right? Can you guys still hear? Okay, it's my show. So, yeah. Oh, whoa. Okay, it looks like his internet might have gone out a little bit, guys. Let's see. Oh, let me call him real quick, guys. Let me call him. Let me call this guy. Let's see what happened. Hey, you're on speaker, bro. It looks. Really? Okay, I'm still on here, it looks like. I think people can still see me.
Yeah, I'm on speaker, huh?
Yeah, you're on speaker.
Give me a second. I'll get back to you now.
Okay, for sure.
I'm going to figure this out.
All right. All right, guys. He's resetting his router right now. So I don't know if you guys can still see me or what. Let's see. Can you guys still see me? I'm looking at myself on here. So yeah, all right. It looks like you guys can still see me. But yeah, so he's fixing his router right now, guys. So if you guys want me to talk about something in specific, do me a favor and go in the comments right there and just go ahead and tell me what you want me to. If you guys have any questions, and I'll answer them honestly, and we'll kill out some time like that. Wait for John to fix his router. So yeah, just let me know. John Philly, yeah, you're solid. All right, yeah, I guess I'm still in here. Yeah, that's a trip. Let's see some snakes. LOL, you should move to Texas. It's a good thing Josh isn't scared of the camera and having an audience. No, I'm definitely not. Yeah, that's funny. 5-year goal. 5-year goal. My 5-year goal. Okay, so this is going to be funny because, like, I've always said I don't want to do this. But in 5 years and probably less than that, I do. And I'm sorry, Jay, if you see this, you're going to hate me. But my biggest goal, I'm going to compete with you, bro. And I want to open up like a reptile zoo basically over here. But I kind of need to figure out how I want to do that because I'm very weird about my breeders. That's why I do a private facility. I don't want like people touching my breeders. I'm very like about that because like, I don't know what someone may have. I'm only 24 years old. I may have someone else may have like something on their snake, like a disease or something. I don't want them bringing it to my collection. So I'm very weird about that. So I need to be able to have a zoo where it's just for people to see and I can take those animals out and people can check them out and everything like that. But the back of it, I want to kind of have my own breeding area, kind of like Brian Barczyk, where he has the reptile zoo and then he has BHB reptiles where he breeds. Same exact thing, like that concept over here in California that I want to do. And that's exactly it, really. So, yeah, I started at a good age. Yeah, I did. I think so. Thank you. So, yeah, that's basically what I want to do. 5 years, I do want to open up a place where people can see the reptiles that I really enjoy, that I really love, that they're going to love as well, and kind of have like more about like where they come from, what kind of temperatures they need, you know, in the wild, how they are, and then like in the captivity, how we keep them and how they're best suited. So like it kind of normalizes more like ball pythons, for example. Yeah, they come from like huge terrains in Africa and everything, but they're always inside of like little termite mounds or little holes and stuff like that. So a rack system a rack system will do the best for them because they like being in a small area. It just does really well for them. So I kind of want to have like more information out there about reptiles and kind of normalizing these things that people hate so much. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. 5 years. 5 years, that's what South Bay Reptiles is a brand. 5 years breeding goal. I have quite a few, honestly. There's some Burmese python clutches that I really, really want to do. And I don't know if I should say it, to be honest, because I don't want no, you're good, John. You're good, dude. I cannot hear you.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't let that secret out, bro.
All right. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. All right. You're right. You're right.
You know how it is. Like you let it slip here, someone's gonna see it and they're gonna try to beat.
I know. I'm already this season.
So
I'll give one secret. I'm two generations away from doing it now that this clutch is gonna go that I just posted on my Instagram. So there you go. I will give you guys that. Besides that, you guys just have to know Burmese Python genetics to understand the rest of it because it hasn't been done ever. So there's that. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit hard to beat me, a little bit hard because I promise I'll do what I have to do to make sure I'm the first on that one. Oh man, all right, my dude. So what is the morph of the bow I'm getting? This Big Mac. So you are getting a Sunglow Jungle 66% het anery, bro. Yeah. That's one of my buddies right there that's getting a boa from me.
Nice.
For myself and Trent, actually, yeah.
We were talking. I forgot where we were.
Oh no, I took over your YouTube for a second, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm good with it, bro. It needed it. Apparently,
I got you.
I'll tell you this: like Monday morning, my internet provider is getting a freaking
Dude, I
phone
thought
call.
you said Monday morning. I thought it was Monday. I was like, no.
No, I'm saying like Monday morning, I'm calling my phone call or I'm calling my internet provider because this is crap. I pay for business internet.
Big Mac, of course, brother. Love you. Red Rack, you said say it. Hey, should I say it? Should I say it?
Do you, dude? Do you?
All right, ready? All right.
No mames.
No manches. Wait, ready? Pied Blizzard Burmese pythons. Pied Blizzard Granite Burmese pythons. No one's done it yet. I guarantee I'll be the first. So help me try to beat me.
Okay. So I think we were talking about the Cresties before I went out.
Yeah.
So my female always lays like 9 out of 10 clutches. She lays her freaking eggs in her food.
Okay, I haven't had that happen yet.
Bro, I put hide boxes. Like I meticulously check her hide box and make sure it's right.
They don't use them.
She'll either put it in her food, and the ones that she doesn't put in her food, she puts under the ReptiChip. So by the time I know they're there, they're freaking molded.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. No, honestly, I just do like semi-bioactive. I don't use live plants, but I have the drainage layer. I have the actual screen, and then I use I'm gonna say ReptiChip because they're sponsored by you. So I use a ReptiChip soil, and then I put it in there, and I just watch for where they're digging. And then when I see when they're digging, I will check. Does it suck because you're digging through a lot more area? Yes, but 9 out of 10 times I have a solid clutch. So I mean, it's easier that way in a sense. Honestly, it's safer that way in a sense too. So there's that. Unless you're Red Rack, because you see Red Rack right there, Jake, my boy right there commenting, he can put a lay box and his gargoyles will lay in a lay box 20 out of 20 times. So that's him. We're not all that blessed, okay? I don't know what story like he tells his gargoyle geckos at night that they love him so much, but yeah, nah, dude, it doesn't happen for me either, bro. Lay boxes for me.
He's reading them the night before Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
Every month, like, hey, if you want your Christmas crickets,
Derek Pied RETICS, don't tell anyone, bro. Let them watch the show to find out what I said, okay? I got the comments right here, bro. So I'm
that's
like,
crazy, bro. That's
dude.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I love Burms, bro. Burmese pythons are like, I love them. I adore them, bro. Like,
what made you go big 3, man? Like,
what, dude? Everyone who gets into reptiles as a kid, the first thing you know is anaconda. Tell me it's not. Okay, so there's that. Then you learn, wait, there's a longer snake and there's a bigger snake, retics. Then you hear about Florida invasion of the Burmese pythons, okay? And you're like, what? Burmese python? And usually it's a rock python that the news puts out there, but a Burmese python to say the least, right? So, like, I wanted all 3 of the world's biggest snakes. I want to be able to say one day, like, hey, yeah, I have all 3 of the world's biggest snakes. The only thing I won't do is compromise their health to get them that big. Someone I know, I was about to say his name, and I was like, oh, don't do it. I'm like really holding myself back.
Hold on. We're throwing a lot of shade right now.
Yeah, you are.
A lot of shade.
Dude, I have such a better one, dude. Oh my god. Wait, instead of, I will say, what is it? Instead of dinosaurs, what is it? Instead of new age dinosaurs, there, I'll call my name that instead of something else. I won't even say the name. All right, whatever. Let's get off of that. Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to the breeding, bro.
Yeah, breeding.
We're gonna start some shit.
I know. I really will. I really will. I need some more chopped up in this bitch.
Oh man. What's been the hardest species for you to get going? Like, not only husbandry wise, but like to get them to actually make babies.
Hardest species for me. I don't want to be like super cocky and say like I've had success with every species I've tried, but I kind of have. Um, the hardest for me has to be the boas because I lack a certain amount of patience that they take. And that's why Trent, being specializing in boas, he takes care of all the boas. So even the boas I own, he takes care of them. Like he'll be like, hey, just it works with this part of my project. Cool, boom. You take care of the boas. The anacondas are the only boas I will really drown my patience out with for them because like I want them really bad. But like boas have to be my one. But it's funny because I bred Brazilian rainbow boas, which are one of the hardest boas. So it's kind of a 50-50 kind of love hate, but it's not at the same time. It's just me not having the patience for it. But if I really did put my effort into it, I could. But that's it. I mean, that's probably the hardest one that's been challenging for me to breed, honestly, is probably that. Besides that, I haven't bred the false water cobras yet. We're pairing them this season, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe that's going to be my hardest one. Redfoot tortoises, I did not like breeding them. I didn't like taking care of the babies. I don't know if you know, but they're born with like all of their shell at the bottom open. So
Really?
yeah, dude, they're very, 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 very susceptible to getting like poop in it and like getting infected and dying. And I didn't like that. So every time I get redfoot eggs, they kind of get fed off. I just don't deal with it. Yeah. So I mean, dude, yeah, I'm just not going to deal with that. So I'm good off those. I haven't bred the rhino iguanas yet, so I guess that's a hard one. Yeah, I haven't bred the
Bro,
rhino
that's
iguanas, but I don't really try. They're more my pets. But I think I'm going to start trying. If they breed, they breed. If they don't, they don't. But yeah, you know what? If anything,
what's
I'm
your
going to say
bloodline on that? I gotta ask.
Thai part. Thai
Ty?
part. Yeah, of course. Come on. Yeah. Got to go with the best of the best. Always got to go with the top names for everything. So yeah, Thai part.
Is it what is it? His is the Donkey Kong or Diddy. I forget
Diddy
which
Kong,
one it
yeah,
is.
Diddy Kong, multi-horn, yeah. So I know them by multi-horn, tri-horn, four-horn, all that kind of stuff. So whatever they're called, but I got the regular rhino iguana, tri-horn, whatever he does. You got any advice to get a baby crested gecko to eat more than just crickets? Yeah, just literally put the Pangea up to their face, like literally, like their nose is going to be covered in it. This kind of sounds messed up, but they kind of have no choice but to eat it because they need to breathe. So you kind of just dunk it on their face, make it a little thicker, make it a little thinner, try a different flavor, all sorts of stuff. But also don't listen to everyone saying that they only need Pangea. I mean, if you go to the wild, I'm sorry, but they're eating ripe, almost dead fruits once, twice a year. They are majority of the time eating insects. So it's not that bad if they're just eating insects. Just make sure you have your calcium supplement on them. That's it.
That has to come with another thing. Like, what do you have like a whole room just for the supplements you need with all the different animals?
Yeah, we have so in the bathroom we have a whole rack, like a baker's rack, just filled with all sorts of stuff we need, and like yeah, I mean there's that and like different things I've learned. I wish I could show you underneath the desk.
I don't want to see what's underneath your desk, bro.
Yeah, no, there's oh my gosh, she's so good. No, I'm joking. Yeah, it's honestly, dude, it's nothing but binders and notebooks, man, of like just like trial and error kind of stuff and like things I've learned that work. Time frames of when to breed, ovulation times for last year that I'm going to match this year, breeding projects, future breeding projects, stuff like that. So like I said, I'm very meticulous about this kind of stuff, so like
I think you have to be successful though, bro. Like
anything you do, yeah.
If you're just winging it, which a lot of us do, and you can get away with that at ball pythons. Like you really, even a lot of other species, you could just throw two animals together, and two animals are going to be two animals. As long as it's a male and a female, they're going to do their thing. But
yeah, true.
Understanding their overall courtship and the time frame for all of it's important, and a lot of people don't know it.
No, that's probably one of the hardest parts, and at the same time, it's kind of the easiest part because that doesn't change. You know,
Right.
that's where science is science, or it doesn't change. You know what I mean? Like it's not a baking contest. It is a follow the directions and end of story. Other than that, is the only thing you can do that's different from anyone else is investing in like the right genetics, and obviously that takes time. Or you might just have if you're the richest man ever, cool, good for you. More power to you. But like that's the only real thing that we control. I always tell people that the only thing we control is cleaning our animals, making sure that they get fed properly, proper husbandry, proper care, financially what you can put into it. And besides that, Mother Nature takes Mother Nature's course, and that's about it. So like if I didn't have to brumate my animals, trust and believe I wouldn't, because I mean, dude, like bro, you put something down at 55 degrees, you have losses sometimes. Some animals get sick, and like it sucks, but that's how they build their follicles. That's how the male sperm count goes higher. You know what I mean? So it's just how it works. That's nature for you.
Have you had, so like you do MBKs and you breed MBKs. Have you ever had to worry or like separate a pairing?
So
Like
far,
where you put one together and you turn around and you're just like,
nope. I've been very lucky with my colubrids. I have not had. Let me really think. I don't think I've had any colubrids eat each other. I really feel like I have, but I can't remember it, but I don't think I've had any colubrids eat each other during.
what about your
Oh, you
python?
know what it was? It was the indigos. When I tried doing indigos, I had the indigos try to mess each other up. So that was bad. Yeah, but MBKs and bull snakes, pine snakes, all the Pituophis, rat snakes, Ridley eye, all that stuff. Nah. Good. Oh, did we lose you again, bro? We're gonna have to get you on your phone, bro. We got you on the big screen. Doing it again. Keep rolling. All right. I have questions. So you guys are good. Just keep asking questions. Honestly, I'll answer them. What is the easiest to breed? Easiest thing to breed is going to be crested geckos. Honestly, crested geckos, you put them together damn near any time of year, and not literally any time of year, but like you have the correct heat for them, which some people think that they don't need heat, but they do. They'll breed for you year round. You put a male and a female together, they'll for sure breed. So pretty easy like that. I gotta say MBKs would probably be next. They're pretty easy to breed as well. I know a lot of people that don't brumate and they still have wild success breeding Mexican black king snakes. And that goes for most king snakes in general. I know a lot of people that don't brumate them and they're more than fine. And then there's people like myself and a few other people that, we do brumate. And I guess it's like an old school way, but it's kind of the right way, just because, I mean, their temperatures outside of, captivity in the wild, they do drop pretty low. So there's that. Damn, we got John back already? Damn, John. Yeah, Monday, the Spectrum's going to hear it on Monday.
Man,
You're good. You're good.
losing me, man.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm tired of this.
You're good. You're good, bro. Go ahead. Knock it out. What's up? What's some more questions?
So what about
What's up, bro?
like your blackheads and your womas, bro? Like those are known Australian species that when you put them together, a lot of the times you end up with like parts of the tail missing or something crazy happens.
I made sure to ask questions. That's it. I just made sure to ask questions. So I bought them as adults from people who bred them. So they're proven breeders. So what's nicer about that is I was able to ask them like, hey, how do you breed them? What time of year do you pair them together? I know they can be aggressive because everyone kind of knows that. So what steps you take, because they're in such perfect condition that they weren't messing each other up? And basically it's like filling their stomachs up right before you breed. Literally feed them, wait 48 hours and pair them together so that they're not even hungry. Watch them. You're going to sit there with like a snake hook for a second. You're probably going to take a bite. Stuff like that. The Woma pythons I got really lucky with. It's really weird. So the Woma pythons, the guy that had them before, kept them together year around for a long time, year after year after year, and they'll eat as long as you like separate them to make sure that they eat separately and just watch them. And then he just leaves them alone and they'll breed every year. Every single year they breed. So I got really lucky with that pair of WOMAs. They just do well together. Like, and I'm not used to that, but you know what? He said that's how he did it, and he kept them like that, and they're good like that. So I do. I am after this season, just because I think she's already gravid. I'm gonna be separating them, just trying to see how it is separating them. I'm hoping I don't mess anything up because they've been so used to being with each other. So we'll see what happens. But so yeah, this next season I'm gonna separate them. But yeah, Apodora in your future? No. Definitely
Right on,
not.
bro.
Apodora, which one's Apodora? Hello? I still see you, John. Hello.
What's good?
What happened?
I don't know. It froze for a second. I was like, I said, why not? And then it just froze.
It didn't freeze on this side. No, you're
Bro,
good.
We're going to do a reboot of this. Like,
that's fine. I'm down. I'm going
to keep running it, obviously, because I want to get some questions in, but
we'll do a second one, bro.
we're going to do a reboot of this because
part two. I'm down.
I've never had this much issues trying to run a stream.
You know why? Because that's South Bay Reptiles. They hate us because they ate us. I get it. Man, no, it's
man.
good. It's good.
No, that's, and how do you think that you've been so successful? Like, obviously you ask questions, but and maybe that's where the rest of us are failing, man. Like, I feel like I ask a lot of questions, but maybe I just have too much damn pride, and I'm like, well, this is kind of like this, so it should work the same.
I try to. I have a lot of pride too. Don't worry, I do too. I have a lot of pride, but I kind of make sure to wash it away when I'm talking to someone successful at breeding already. Like, what can I learn from them? I kind of just make sure to. I'll go in there, dude, and talk to someone like I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, just so I can like absorb all the knowledge they have and like kind of go into the conversation with like, Josh, square one yourself. Shut the fuck up with everything you think you know. Even if it's right, cool, you're right. You know, let them talk because you know what? They specialize in this species. So let them do the talking. You know what I mean? And just try to learn from them. And like, that's it, really. I mean, I'm not doing anything too special in order to breed all these species. I just follow the leader, you know, follow whoever's doing it the best. I mean, that's how I'm making friends with like all these bigger people. Like David was one person I did not grow Tiki's Geckos. I didn't grow up with him, dude, and at all. And being able to talk to him has helped a lot, you know, and being able to just like ask him questions about like, hey, what do you do? He's the reason I'm doing trios of gargoyles. I hated the idea of doing trios. And you know what? There's some reasons that he had behind it that I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it and I'm going to try it out. So why not? So I'm doing that now. I just, you know, learn from the best. I mean, why try to go after your favorite breeder when there's someone that's doing better than them, you know, whether they're not your favorite or they are. If they're doing better, they're doing better. And people try to say there's no such thing as better. There definitely is, you know. Some people do it better than others, and follow the leader, you know, follow whoever's doing it the best, and that's it. So that's what we do. I mean, Trent, you know, with him, who is he always talking to? He's talking to Greg Cruikshank, which is Snake Country, right? Snake Country, awesome guy, love that guy. Dude, he's killing it with boas. You name a boa, and that man's killing it. He's doing some sort of boa that no one has ever, right? Da Vinci boas. Like we talk to Da Vinci boas all the time. So like, you know, he's killing the boa game too, you know? So like, talk to the people who have been doing it the longest and doing it the most successful and follow what they're doing. Ask them, hey, what are you doing? You know, and follow that. That's it. I mean, I think it's pretty simple, at least. I mean, that's it. Yeah.
If there was a species that you haven't worked yet, like I know anacondas were that thing this year, and you finally took that leap. So I'm sure you on other species, bro? I know your mind works. Like, you're all about this life. What's the new species? Like, what's the goal?
I think the newest species I do want to work with. What do I want to work with? Fuck. That's a good one. Shit. What new species do I really want to work with? Let me really think about that. That's a hard one because you know what? Like, I'm not gonna lie. After the anacondas, I've been pretty content, man. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, I've been super content. It's not that my itch is gone, but I have way less of an itch now that I have my anacondas. Like, dude,
Well,
I'm beyond.
figuring them out too is probably consuming a lot of time.
Yeah, it is. It's super cool too. I love it. I love the challenge. Man, I wanna say I probably want to get into tree monitors. Like, man, you're really making me think here, bro. Okay, two species I haven't worked with that I do want to work with really bad is going to be yellow tree monitors, green tree monitors, blue tree monitors, black tree monitors. Maybe I'm on the fence about. I do want to have all three or all four of those in like really, really nice setups at one point, and where I can work with those. And believe it or not, I can care less how cheap they are. I love them. Red-eye tree frogs. I want to build like a really cool enclosure for those and be able to breed those. And that's kind of it for right now. Yeah, there's not too many more species. Oh, you know what? I have been thinking about it, but I haven't pulled the like trigger on it with my mind yet either. Like, just thinking about it is the Bolins. I kind of want to work with Bolin's pythons pretty soon.
That's scary, bro.
Why?
That's scary. That's a huge, like, let's be honest. Like, I am 100% more likely to drop. What are they like? I want to say it's like 15K, and I'm probably way off on that. It's probably
They're
more
like
than that.
adults are like 20K right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm way more likely to drop that money on a ball python than a Bolin's.
Yeah, but okay, so
Because I know python's gonna do. I'm scared shitless to kill a Bolin's.
Yeah, but that's kind of the whole thing that I like is that challenge. You know, I want something. I kind of want something to really like piss me off where I have to figure it out. Like, dude, this berm.
That's why I got white lips, bro.
Yeah, so there you go.
And it's not to say that they're less than Bullets, but I'm gonna feel bad if I lose the white lip. I will feel terrible if I lose any of my animals.
100%.
But if I lose a white lip versus a Bolin's,
you can recover from it a little bit easier.
I'm still gonna sleep the next night. You know what I mean? Like, if I lose a Bolin's, I don't think I'm sleeping for like a week.
I do and I don't want that. So, like, okay, this Burmese python that just bred this season, I've had her for 3 freaking seasons. Would not accept my male for the life of me, dude. This is the 3rd season. Would not accept my male. Dude, she has been giving me such a headache, dude. Like, last month I paired her, didn't want anything to do with the male. She's over here putting like all this what is it called when they musk. She's like musking everywhere, like just scenting like I am not messing with Gary. That's my male's name. Like, she's like, I don't want him, F him. And dude, she's been giving me such a headache. I was so pissed at one point. I was contemplating like selling her. I even took pictures of her and I was like damn ready to put her on MORPHMARKET. Like, fuck you, dude. You don't want to breed for me. I'm done with you. You know what I mean? And like, I couldn't. I was like, you know what, Josh? This is what you wanted. You kind of wanted a challenge. Fucking man up to it and do it. And you know what, dude? One more month. This month, I just heard them literally 2 days ago, and they're locking up like crazy. I guarantee they're locked up right now. Like, it has been nonstop. So I kind of like that. You know what I mean? With the Bolins, it's going to be something similar where it's going to be like, it's going to be a slap in the face. I know it is. It's going to be like, hey, like, you're going to have to figure this out really hard. I'm not expecting to be able to breed them fast, but it's going to be fun. You know what I mean? Like, being able to
like that, that's a pinnacle snake, bro. Like, let's be honest. If I kill a Bullens, I'm probably leaving the industry because I don't want to be known as Bullens killer.
It's gonna happen, bro. I guarantee the people who originally started breeding anything.
Like, that's where I'm at. Like, it's not even lack of, bro. Like, I'd feel so ashamed for killing one.
Yes and no. You can't learn anything without failure. So like, you kind of got to understand you're gonna have your hardships. Like, dude, I'm waiting for. I've had 3 solid seasons. I'm waiting for one of these seasons to absolutely shit on me. Why? Because it's gonna happen. Like, you can't have all this success and just never have a downfall. You're going to have a downfall. You're going to lose something. You know, something's going to die. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I just lost a bull snake today that just, dude, he just wasn't eating for me. I thought he had like some sort of disease. So I went out and got him tested and everything, and like nothing, dude. Everything came back negative. I'm like, why the hell isn't he eating? I took him to the vets. They gave me some medicine that's supposed to build up his stomach bacteria to help him eat again. Didn't want to eat, and he just died today, dude. And it sucked, bro, because I am not getting another one of those. That specific genetic, which is Stillwater hypoexanthic 100% head patternless, I'm not getting that again as an adult. I'm not getting it. It's no one in their right mind is going to sell an adult like that, and I was able to get an adult. I was able to get a pair. I have a female still. I don't have the male. It happens. And it sucks, dude. I almost didn't want to do a podcast today because I was so bummed out about it, but I had to like really like revamp my mind and go like, Josh, what are you doing? It happens, bro. You haven't had a downfall in so long, dude. I really haven't. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It really does suck. But guess what? That kind of stuff with such a big collection, with so many animals, you're only bound for it to happen sooner or later. Things are going to happen that are negative. And obviously more things should happen positive than negative, but you have to expect the negative. And that's what I'm talking about when I said at the beginning, you know, account for your losses and then account for them twice, is kind of that situation right there, dude. And it sucks because now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 projects that were lined up for that male, 4 females for that male. And I have to go find a male or create a whole bunch of hets again. And that was not the plan to create hets. Now I'm a whole generation backed up, you know? So it happens, dude. It really does. It sucks. But I mean, you're not going to have everything positive always coming out. You're going to have negatives, and that's just what it is. You know, I mean, welcome to dealing with live animals. You picked an industry that, again, is not cars. You're not going to throw a tarp over it and say, hey, I'll come back to it later. If it's going to bite you, it's going to bite you hard right then and there, you know? Literally and mentally.
Sure. Let's I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. So hopefully it sticks. But I feel you. Let's see if I can get this brought in.
What's up?
I don't know if the internet's gonna hold for this. Boom. There we go. So there's a lot that you do, and you've been busting your butt. Like, I think it's pretty much the entire year, right? You've put out at least 1 reel a day pretty much the entire year.
1 to 3 reels a day, yeah.
What kind of preparation or what like kind of inspires what you're doing that day?
I try to eat my 4 tacos every morning, a BLT, and just come up with something, dude. It's always planned out. I'm always like, again, with the people around me, like that picture with Claudius. So like up there, I got to hang out with I Am Thompson with the blue background. So like I Am Thompson's this guy who plays violins with all these girls and stuff, that one right there. So I know Claudius works with all those kind of people. So I was like, hey, you know, hook it up. Let's go over there. I'll make some videos for you. I want to meet him, do some content. So it turned in from that kind of content into, you know, I didn't even know I Am Thompson breeds reptiles. He likes reptiles, you know? So exactly, little would I have ever known that. So like it became like a cool situation. Recently I was with Henry Gracie, so a very well-known jiu-jitsu artist. I used to train with him as a kid. We recently got back in contact, so I want to hit him up. That's Howie Mendel's daughter right there. Howie Mendel ended up popping up because Brian Barczyk invited me to go help him out with everything. So like, you know, I was like, cool, let's go. You know, he wanted to borrow some reptiles, and well, he was in Cali, so we went and did that. I got to meet Howie Mendel. Snoop Dogg, you know, that was another.
Bro, that's the one I was looking for. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, that's so
I was
low.
looking for the
Bro.
Snoop. What's in the box?
Yeah, there's Brian Barczyk right there. You know, I made really good friends with him.
How
as
did
well.
you like? Do you have freaking fanboy moments when that happens?
Oh, do I do I get fanboy
Like,
over
do you
other
get
people?
lost in the moment for a second and forget?
Uh,
Hey, I got to be a professional right now.
I
And just
get
like,
more
oh, that's
lost
freaking Snoop Dogg.
right before and right after. I do.
Yeah.
But while I'm there, I understand like my reputation relies on me being professional. So just snap out of it, you know, and just do what you're there for, do business, shake a hand, cool, bye, you know? And like, yeah, afterwards, oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, don't get me wrong. Yeah, dude, I get super fanboyed out over Snoop, dude. That was super cool. Howie Mandel was super freaking cool, of course, you know, like, we got to meet John Levitz. Like, that was super cool. So, like, all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, I fanboy out before and after, but like during the whole thing, nah, I keep it super professional. I just stick to, you know, get in the zone and auto zone. No, I just yeah. So I just make sure to stay real in the zone about everything.
Oh yeah, bro.
But yeah, the
And
Snoop
then do
Dogg
you
one's
just
all the way.
like? How do you integrate that? Because like you're very much so a content creator at this point too. Like you went to Animal Con, you did all
I
this
didn't go to
crazy
Animal Con.
stuff. You didn't go
Actually,
to Animal Con? I thought you were. I
No,
thought you were on the list.
I was on the list, but I did not go. No, Barczyk invited me. I did not go. I promised him this year I will go. So 2023, I will go. I couldn't, dude. It's really hard for me to leave because I have to line it up either with Trent to be able to take care of this or one of my buddies to come take care of this. And this is a lot to take care of. Like, this is not like you're not coming watching my 3 dogs. You know, you're watching a lot of. This is you're gonna take a chunk out of your day. You know, I can't ask someone to come peek your head in there and just make sure everything's okay. Like, you're gonna come in here and spray geckos, feed geckos, which is, dude, holy crap, that takes time, right? Already,
Hours, bro. Like
yeah.
the geckos
So
alone would probably take me a full day while you were gone. I'm
literally,
not
dude,
gonna
the
lie.
geckos probably take like an hour to 2 hours. Yeah. Then you need to check every colubrid to make sure their water doesn't have like poop in it because my colubrids are infamous for just pooping in their water. You know, I'm very clean about everything. So it's kind of expensive for me to leave. I'm not gonna lie. For me to leave, it's expensive. You know what I mean? It's not like I can't just leave. You know, again, and I say this in the most humble way ever. I don't have a small collection. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not easy for me to leave. Like, dude, going to Arlington, going to Tinley, bro. Fuck me, dude. That was hell, dude. Like, here, it was like hell just leaving this place, bro. It was awesome going. I love the experience. I'm glad I went. But dude, my animals just being here, dude, I'm just like, fuck, like it's just, you know, like it's hard to.
No, I get that, bro.
You know, it's a lot, dude. It's a lot. It is
Well,
a lot.
and no one that's the issue. Like, one, you live off of this. 2, it's your babies. No one's ever gonna take care of your babies the way that you do. Even your partner. Like,
Yeah.
just like he takes care of his babies better than he probably takes care of yours, but
Exactly,
that's in
yeah.
his mind and in your mind, right? Like that's a mental break you got to find too.
100%,
Like
100%.
The Mr. Talk Show that you see in the chat, that's one of my boys here locally. He's the one that does my rats. He's the one that completely turned my rats around to where we're now looking at starting a rat business.
That's awesome. That is super awesome.
But and it takes a lot, bro. But I can tell you, the first couple times he was in the thing, like when he was working with all my rats, I was like, I wasn't even in the same room. Like, I was on top of the dude. Like, what are you doing? Are you being too rough with them? Like, because mine are essentially pets for me, bro. Like, even though I feed them off,
you got to treat them like pets. Yeah.
Yeah, like all of my rats are pet quality rats. Like, you could straight stick your hands in the bins. They'll come up to you. They'll get right in your hand. Like, you don't have to fight with them.
Dude, I almost guarantee I'd somehow, some way get bit. I don't know how.
Oh,
I don't know how, but it's in my blood to get bit, dude. Like, dude,
you put off that vibe. Your freaking vibrations are too strong, bro. You got that crack energy.
I don't know what it is, bro, but this boa that we just recently picked up, like the guy was explaining, it's my nicest boa ever. This thing would never bite. It doesn't freak out whatsoever. First thing it did was latch onto my arm. first thing it did. I was like, of course. And I sat there and he's like, are you okay? And I'm just like, kind of like looking at it, just chuckling. I'm like, how do I get bit by his nicest snake? I was like, what that? And he handed it to me. Like, it was instantaneous. Calm with him on his neck, handed it to me. Boom. I was just like, yeah. I was like,
There's a smell or something about you, bro.
That makes sense. I was like, okay. I was like, that totally makes sense. I put it on my story. I was like, leave it to me to
It's
get
all
big.
the tacos.
Yeah, I know, for real. You know what, dude? I eat a lot of tacos, man. But it's dangerous. There's this taco spot down the street, dude, and I'm like, I literally ate tacos before this. Like, it's great. Yeah, I love it. Oh man.
No, but like he straight turned it around. But I told him the other day because he was like, "Oh, do you want me to work in the rats alone today? Because I had to do some stuff with the kids." Like, dude, if I didn't trust you, you wouldn't be here.
Right? Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
And I have a few people like that here in town now. So like when we take off, I know things are going to be good.
That's
But
dope.
still, that worry is always in the back of your mind, and you're just like, man, they're not me.
You're one step closer than most people because it's so hard to find someone you can trust, dude, with your reptiles. Like, so hard. That's why Trent and I got along so well, is we're very the same about our reptiles, and like it was easy to trust each other with this, and that's hard to find, like super hard to find, you know. Tell them the leopard boa story, the one that never struck at anything but a rat. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so I was doing this Christmas reel, which I'm gonna redo. I'm not posting this one that I'm about to tell you about. The nicest boa Trent has. I'm telling you, the absolute nicest boa he had. Friendliest boa ever. You can hand it to a kid with turn your head around, no fears, you know? Nicest boa ever. I'm doing a Merry Christmas, guys, from South Bay Reptiles in front of a Christmas tree. And I hold it up and it latches right onto my eyeball. I've never been bit in the eye before, man. You see, that's where I won't post stuff like that.
So you almost didn't have an eye today, is what you're saying?
Yeah, dude. This was like not even a week ago, and it was the scariest shit ever, dude. Because like that's the kind of stuff I won't post on Instagram. You know what I mean? That's where I'm like, okay, this is too much. Like, this is actually kind of scary. This would probably harm us in the community. You know what I mean? So I don't want to post dumb crap like that. You know? So like, that's where I do have a line. I do have a limit to my stupidity that I do, you know? So like that one sucked though. That was super unintentional. Just decided to strike and it got me right in the eye. And that was crazy. That was not really. I will say that. That was knocked off the bucket list that I never wanted. But yeah.
I feel that, man. Like I remember my first experience with a big snake was on camera at a shop in LA that shall not be named, and it was me getting mussed all over by probably 130 pound freaking retic. Like, I was in sandals, bro. Luckily I was in sandals. Like, it was middle of summer, I was in shorts and sandals, so I straight looked at him and I was like, hey man, can I just go to the bathroom real quick? Like, where's the employee bathroom? Let me clean myself up real quick before we finish my video.
Right.
I just don't want to smell like this all day.
Oh, you did. I guarantee you did.
Oh, I still did. Like, I washed myself with the soap. Like, I had my nasty ass feet in his sink, and I was like washing my feet with the soap, and that's all I smelled all day.
Nothing washes that off. Hey, bro, give me one quick second. Let me grab a water real quick. Yeah, all right.
But man, I hope y'all are enjoying this. I fully apologize for the technical difficulties that we've had a couple of times. Hopefully we get this up. Is that bubbly water?
It is.
You're so bougie.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. I am.
Oh man.
That I am.
Let's jump back into kind of the business mindset, right? Like,
sure.
You're running it at just two people. You had to find a way to not only fund your animals, but fund your ability to continue to grow, because it seems like every year you're having to move because you've built up to that point, right? what's some of the steps that you've taken when you're reaching out to your sponsors? Because I think that's one of the hardest things people have. I know when I started my podcast, that was one of the hardest things for me to ask people. Like, I hate asking people for money, and that's what business is, right? Like,
I'm not asking.
I'll do a trade for like a good, you know what I mean? Like, I'll sell snakes all day. I have no problem being a salesman, but saying, hey, give me money to run an ad or something for you.
I'm gonna be doing that pretty soon, where I'm asking for money. Most of the time, it was, hey, I have an audience that I'm able to offer you that I can really reach out to a lot of people. And like, again, so that's my, okay, remember I told you how I had my uncle that helped me invest in this? So that's him right there. That's my
That's
uncle.
awesome.
So, yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
bless his heart. He's awesome. He's the best ever, honestly, man. And so he helped me start all this. So yeah, I don't ask for money particularly with my sponsors. I will very soon, but it's more like, so Ship Your Reptiles, right? First, I built a really good relationship with them, and that's because I just use them. I like the way they ship. I like their policy. I like the history of them, and I went with Ship Your Reptiles all the way, you know. And one day I was like, you know what? Like, hey, I can help your guys' Instagram, you know, and I was doing it for free and helping them with that. And then I was like, hey, let me run your Instagram, pay me, and give me a discount on shipping, you know, and I'll take care of all your Instagram stuff. So now I take care of all their Instagram, and I kind of do a trade-off with that, right? I'm working something out with Cold Blooded Cafe. They're freaking awesome. They're really, really, really awesome people. And I was like, you know what? I have a following, and she saw that. I was like, I'm able to reach a lot of the reptile community. And I was using a brand that I won't say anymore because they messed up. And now I am going to be using Cold Blooded Cafe. So I'm going to have them put a banner here, and all I ask for is, hey, you know, what's your wholesale account? Give me a discount. Give me a banner. I'll put your banner up, you know, and that's it. But I'm not necessarily asking for like money. You know what I mean?
Right.
There is a whole plan that I have with a sponsorship deal that I'm going to be doing. And that's going to be a lot more in depth, where yes, I am going to be asking for money, but I'm making sure that, one, I'm being very competitive with pricing. So I've done my research, like, hey, okay, they sponsor yada, yada, yada. You know, how much are they charging? And this is messed up to say, but this is the business world. I'm undercutting them hard, you know? So I'm going to undercut them to a point where not only am I undercutting in price, so you're saving money, too, I have a little bit more to offer when it comes to audience, you know what I mean? And like, it's constantly growing. So I'm doing that, and that's in the works right now. But
Well,
I'm
do you
being
think too many, and I'm gonna use the air quotes, fuck it. Do you think too many content creators try to do that too early? Like,
yes,
do you think like
100%.
I think a lot of people expect like, hey, I've built an audience regardless of the audience size, right? Like once they feel like they've made it, they say, hey, I've built an audience, but they don't necessarily have a draw or something to give the company other than the audience. And I think
Right.
that's where a lot of people kind of fail.
I think it's good to perceive yourself as, you know, high up, and always have like a good mindset about, hey, yes, I'm doing the best that I can do, and I know I can do better. So this is what I expect out of it. This is what I'm offering in future tense. That's a good way to do it. But you also got to be realistic with yourself. There's people that do, you know, Instagram and social media and reach more of the reptile community than I do. You know what I mean? And you know what? Who I'm going to use is a really good example, MJ. Trap Talk. He's a really good example of that, actually. Does he have the biggest following me? Absolutely not. But does that man reach reptile people, and does he have a huge influence on reptile people? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, he knows how to reach in a genuine way that really draws your attention and really kind of creates this following, this family type of following that he does. You know what I mean? So he does it in a really good way. So you don't necessarily need the hundreds of thousands of followers, you know, but you do need to know how to build a community around you that is genuinely going to follow you, and, you know, kind of listen and adhere to, like, hey, you know what, he does this, so should I. You know what I mean? So sometimes some person with, you know, with 10,000 followers versus my 100,000 followers, those 10,000 followers could be doing it way better than me. You know what I mean? And that's just being realistic, is like, that's
Right.
where numbers don't necessarily count. Now, what I do have on my Instagram is, forget the followers. It's kind of about how many people are viewing my page. I have 16 million people viewing my page every 30 days. You know what I mean? That's where, like,
That's huge, bro.
yeah, that's where you're like, okay, 16 million, whether they follow him or not, if they're in the pet world, if they're in the reptile world, if they're in the industry, or maybe they're a Petco shopper and they keep pets, they follow me because of whatever, or they watch me because of whatever, they're going to see me put out, you know, Cold Blooded Cafe. Guess what? Now they're going to want to go and look up what Cold Blooded Cafe is. You know what I mean? So, like, there's certain things you have to have to offer. You know what I mean? So, yes, you can be too early to it, but at the same time, don't cut yourself short to the point where you're just like, I'm not worthy of it. You know what I mean? You are. You just have to be realistic with yourself. What am I worthy of? What am I not? What am I building to?
Right.
You know, there's a time and place for all of it, if you know what I mean. And you just got to know when your timing is and when your placement is, and like execute it when it's time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you did a perfect example, and I think MJ is so good at building the community that he builds because of his past as a DJ, man. Like, being in the music industry, it's essentially the exact same thing. You have to figure out how to build an entourage, as bad as that sounds.
Yeah.
But that's how you're successful in music, because you need your group of people that are loyal to you and help promote you. And but that's the same in any business aspect. Like, you have to have your circle. I talk about it almost every freaking podcast. You have to have your circle and trust that circle to push you. And then as you grow, you bring them with you, and they either step up to the plate or they don't. And hopefully they do.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that. Like, there's people that I absolutely adore here locally, but there's going to be a day where they probably just, they don't fit into the circle anymore because I have to make room.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Oh yeah, but it's reality. It's just keep
That's
up
part
or
of
get
business.
keep up or get left behind. You know what I mean? It really is that, and it sucks, but it's the facts of facts. You know.
No, I feel you, brother. I feel you. What's one of the hardest decisions? I'm going to start kind of pulling this together. What's one of the hardest decisions you've had to make business wise, man?
Business wise is not spreading myself so thin. So not buying so many different species, or not buying certain reptiles that I really, really want. But I have to understand that, like, you know, money is not, it's not infinity. You know what I mean? You still got to pay rent, still got to feed the animals. So certain things I can't buy. That's probably one of my hardest decisions. Starting the business, selling my cars. That hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot.
What'd you have? Like, what was the car? Like, we all have that seller's.
I had 5 cars.
That seller's regret, bro. What's the car regret? What one did you let go of that you would bring back in a heartbeat?
In a heartbeat, my 370Z Nismo. So I would bring that one back, or the 350Z with the 2JZ inside of it. So either one of those cars. Both Nissans, one super tricked out, one just a base Nismo model. 370Z, both. I just love the Z's. I love the Nissan cars. Maybe the Cadillac too. The CTSV was really cool.
Nice. All right. If there was one lasting thing, like there was one thing that you just put out to not only just the reptile community, man, but just like people in general that see you as a businessman, as the person that you are, like, what's that one piece of advice for an entrepreneur that you would push to them?
I'd have to say, don't limit yourself.
I don't know if that skipped. I think that may have skipped.
No, I heard you. Don't limit yourself. I just say, don't limit yourself. Push hard, and then push harder. And then after you push harder again.
Don't be afraid of that hard work.
It's work, whether you're a hobby or not. It's work, whether you like it or not. You're gonna work. No one told you to stop something and, you know, do something else, and it's not going to be work anymore. If you choose a hobby, it's probably going to be more work than your 9 to 5 type of job, you know. It's
Right.
it's just how it is.
All right. So with all that hard work culminated, what are you most excited about producing this year?
Oh, what am I most excited about producing this year? I gotta go with my Blizzard Burmese pythons. I am beyond stoked to be able to hatch out Blizzard Burms, bro. That is like Blizzard Granite Burms, bro. I am super excited. Hey Theo, Uncle, I fucking love you, bro. Thank you, man. Yeah, Blizzard Burms, dude, all day Blizzard Burms, man. That is just like, dude, I'm fucking excited, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, dude. Like, snake.
Wait, now it's skipping.
Yeah,
Hello?
it's trying, bro. It's struggling so hard.
Okay, now I can hear you.
It's
Now I can hear
struggling
you.
so hard. Straight struggle.
I can hear you. You're good now. You're good.
Berms are probably my least favorite because they're slow moving.
They are.
But
they're
I still
babies.
like them, man. They're a very beautiful animal.
They're babies, man. You're gonna see. Hey,
I can hear you, but I can't see anything.
You're good. KGD.
I am gonna freaking. We're redoing this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Part 2 for sure. Part 2 for sure. For sure.
We are freaking redoing this episode. I cannot believe this.
Part 2 for sure.
There's so much good stuff. This is driving me nuts. This is how it plays out, y'all. You want to be a content creator, this is how it freaking plays out. Something always goes wrong.
Oh, absolutely. What the hell is a Blizzard Berm? KGD, you guys will see what a Blizzard Berm is, all right? You guys will come through and you guys will see when they're hatching, all right? They're freaking cool Burmese pythons. That's all you got to know, okay, man? And I've been wanting to breed these forever, and I'm finally doing it, okay? So you might see me cry for the first time ever. When I cut that first egg, I might drop a tear. Oh, man. You want a Pragueshire Super Dwarf Blizzard Berm. I can do that.
I hope so. I'm just, as long as it's tears of joy.
Oh, it's tears of joy.
As long as it is freaking tears of joy. I'm gonna do it, man. I hate to do it this way. But the internet's going crazy and it's disrespectful to my boy and it's pissing me off.
You're good, dude. I'm not even tripping, bro.
Go
ahead.
I might be good with you, but it's disrespectful.
What was the last question? What was the last question, bro?
No, I heard the whole thing with you explaining out and that you might cry. And I was like, I hope I see you cry. Like,
Damn,
I don't want to see you cry, but I hope I see tears of joy, bro.
It'll be tears of joy for sure, man. I'm gonna be happy as hell hatching those out. But yeah, dude, no, that's yeah. You said something about if there's one species. What were you saying?
I don't know. My mind blanked out. Like
straight. Yeah, it pissed you off. I see that. I see the little veins starting to come out, bro. That
Oh man, the vein.
Cool, I got it too, dog. That's why I wear a hat. No, I'm joking. Oh man.
No, I appreciate you, bro. I really do. I think you're I appreciate you and all you do. It's always something, bro. The joys of content creation. I freaking love it.
It's what it is. It's what it is, man.
But it's always a struggle. Struggle bus. But we make it work.
Welcome along.
One species. Yeah.
So
we're gonna touch it back up. There is gonna be a round 2 to this because I owe Josh a stable connection, and I owe y'all like a more focused John. And my focus is not there tonight with all the shenanigans. That's what I get for saying there's gonna be antics tonight.
Damn, you spoke it into
I said there's going to be some mischief, and it freaking popped up. That's what I get. I put that juju on myself. But y'all, I'm gonna let Josh kind of carry this out, bro. If we want to hit you up, we want to see that freaking heat that you're putting out this year. We want to see you cry. some crazy ass reels. Where do we go to find you?
S.B.Reptiles on Instagram, South Bay Reptiles, SBR, whichever one you put, it's going to pop up. SB Reptiles mainly. You can go to TL Constrictors. That's my boy right there. And he puts a bunch of reels too of me and stuff we're doing in here. Or we're starting an Instagram called Reptile Headquarters or Reptile HQ. So then there's those three. YouTube, I'm starting on that. South Bay Reptiles SBR. So you'll see that. I don't do TikTok because y'all don't pay enough at TikTok.
Well,
so,
time.
And Facebook, I'm here and there. I do Facebook. I just do posts on Facebook. That's it. Everything South Bay Reptiles, S.B.Reptiles.
All the South Bay Reptiles links are down below on his link tree. I just put the link tree. I'm not going to lie. I'm lazy.
MORPHMARKET, South Bay Reptiles, SBR. Cheat.
Cheat.
Yeah.
All right. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll see you next weekend when I got some newbies coming in. Make sure you give some love to my boy Josh here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on, bro. I appreciate you, John.
I should have done the gangster lean on the way out. We're going to do the gangster lean on the way out.
There you go, bro.
All right. Y'all have a good.
Oh, man, that's great.